How's it going, guys? Welcome back to That's Real Life, and today's segment is an especially great one that is called Going the Distance. And it's called that because this is a story of me taking a trip to visit my girlfriend who I was doing long distance with. So, at this point, I'm completely broke. I barely have any money. I can barely afford to survive. But I want to go visit my girlfriend because it's her birthday, her 21st birthday, which is a special one, and I hadn't seen her, so it would be great. So, even though I have no money, I asked my mom to borrow her car, and I drive 6 hours to go visit my girlfriend at college. And when we get there, we're having discussions about whether or not, over our relationship, we'd had discussions about once she graduated, whether she would spend her last few months before she went on to graduate school with me in my town, or if she was going to go down south to be with her parents. And she basically said that, you know, I'm going to start looking for jobs, I'm going to figure out a friend to live with, and I want to be with you. And I was really excited because even though I wasn't saying anything, obviously I wanted to see her. So we go out to dinner before her friends come over for her birthday, and everything that I have is undercooked. Now, I had only been eating chicken for about a year maybe before this happened, so I didn't really know that much about undercooked meat. And as I'm chewing this, it's hard. It doesn't taste warm, and it's hard on the inside. And when I bite into it on the middle, it's completely pink. And I say to her, "Is this chicken okay to eat?" Because I didn't know. And she's like, "Yeah, it's fine. Just eat it." So I eat the sandwich, and as soon as I'm done eating dinner, I feel sick. Like not nauseous sick, but I just feel gross and weird, like not right. I wanted to lay down. Something wasn't right. But because it was her birthday celebration, I decided to drink and be with her anyways because I didn't want her worrying about me. So I didn't even tell her that I felt a little bit uneasy. The funny part was that I was farting the whole night, and the fart smelled terrible. That's just a side note. But so anyways, I start drinking with her for her 21st birthday, and her friends come over, and one of which was a guy that she had always talked about. He's so handsome, he's so nice, he's such an awesome person, I really love him to death, we hang out all the time, blah, 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 blah. She always talked about this guy. And I'm not naturally a jealous person. I didn't really care until later. Now, obviously, that's foreshadowing. Sorry. So we go out, and I get drunk. She gets, you know, she's drinking. They're all drinking, having a good time, whatever. And at the end of the night, this guy comes back to spend the night at her house and sleep upstairs. So we come back, and she's all upset. She's crying hysterically. She's all emotional about school and all this other stuff. So I comfort her. We go to sleep. We wake up. I wake up the next morning early, and I feel sick as hell. Like, not hungover, because I wasn't really that drunk, but horribly sick, terribly sick. I feel absolutely awful. I feel like I have to shit and throw up at the exact same time. It's just disgusting. I can barely move. I can barely walk. I feel like crap. After I go blow my brains out in the bathroom, I come back in and lay down, and I hear a knock on the door, and it's the guy saying he needs a ride home. So she's like, "Should I go, Jimmy? Should I give him a ride?" And I say, "No, he can find a way. Don't worry about it." And she's like, "Well, I'm going to give him a ride." So she gets up and she leaves. And she goes for an incredible amount of time. I fall back asleep because I'm so sick. When she comes back, the first thing she says is, "Oh my God, it took so long because this happened. There was traffic, and then I had to get some food, and then there was a long line." And she starts making up all these excuses why it took her way too long just to drop this guy off and come back. As soon as she's done saying all these reasons why it took her so long, when it should have only taken a few minutes, she then says, "Well, Jimmy, I think things are moving too fast between us. I decided that I'm going to be staying with my parents, and I think that we need to take a step back in our relationship because things are moving too fast." 8 hours after she said the exact opposite thing. How crazy is that? So she says, and I have to get up and leave. I'm driving back home. And she says that conversation as I'm on my way out the door. So as I'm driving back home, I realize I have food poisoning and I'm hungover at the same time. And it's a 6-hour car ride. I'm all by myself, and I have no choice. I have to just drive. So the whole time I'm driving back, I feel sick as hell at the same time that I'm thinking, my girlfriend probably just cheated on me, and she's telling me that she's not going to be spending the winter with me. She's leaving immediately after she said she was. Now I'm sick as hell, and I feel terrible. And as I'm having these thoughts, I'm driving through Amish country. There's no cars around. There's no people around. There's nothing. It's just empty farmland. And I'm going about 65 miles an hour, and as I'm thinking about how sick I feel and how pissed I am about my girlfriend, a massive turd explodes all over my windshield and just goes everywhere. Just like a bird flying under the windshield. It just exploded everywhere. And I have no clue where it came. I pull over. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I pull over, and the whole windshield is just covered in shit. And I can't understand it because there's no one around anywhere. It couldn't have come from anywhere. And I realized, when I was a kid, I used to take water balloons and hide and throw them at cars going by. So what must have happened is an Amish kid took a cow turd or a horse turd and grenade threw it over a hill that I couldn't see, and it exploded all over my windshield. As I was hungover, and as I just had all that happen with my girlfriend. I had to keep driving another 2 or 3 hours all the way back home, and I felt sick as hell the entire way. At the same time that I felt like I needed to eat because I was so weak, but I couldn't eat a thing because I had food poisoning. So go figure that one out. That was all real life. And stay tuned for more segments, guys, because that is only one example of all of the things that are going to happen in this channel.